Innovation is not only about making something new. It's also about doing things better than they were done previously, including improving of current procedures. How innovation introduced to the public sector. First, research and development or R&D. To conduct research and create innovative solutions, public sector enterprise may collaborate with academic institution or have specialized departments for R&D. R&D initiatives may result in the development of new tools, procedures, or regulation to deal with issues facing the public sector. Second, collaboration and partnerships. To introduce modern concepts into public sector organizations frequently work in partnership with businesses, non-profits, and academic institutions. Technology transfers, cooperative ventures, and knowledge exchanges are examples of collaborative partnerships that aid in the introduction of novel concepts and methods. Additionally, procurement is one of the ways to introduce innovation to the public sector. By the way, procurement, in simple terms, refers to the process of acquiring goods, services, and works from external sources to meet an organization's needs. It involves the activities and steps taken to identify, evaluate, select, and purchase or contract with suppliers or vendors who can provide the required goods or services. How procurement helps public sectors in terms of innovation. First, supplier innovation. Instead of imposing a certain solution on suppliers, companies might outline their goals or desired results when acquiring goods or services. This enables vendors to suggest creative methods or technological advancement to achieve those goals. Innovative suppliers can introduce fresh ideas, technologies, or workflow that the public sector might not have thought or been aware of. Next, market research and engagement. During the procurement process, organizations may conduct market research or engage with potential suppliers to understand the capabilities, trends, and innovations available in the market. These engagements provide an opportunity for public sector organizations to learn about new technologies, emerging trends, or best practices that can be applied within their operations. Last, competitive bidding. As part of the procurement process, vendors often compete with one another for contracts during the proposal submission or competitive bidding phase. Suppliers may be compelled by this competition to set themselves apart by presenting innovative approaches, technologies, or solutions that benefit the public sector company. Suppliers may be spend money or R&D as the means of gaining contracts, which could result in the launch of innovative and creative goods and services. Why do innovations spread in public sector? First, learning from mistakes and challenges. Second, government mandates and policies. Third, knowledge sharing and collaboration. And fourth, externally driven pressure. Barriers of innovation in public sector. First, legal and regulatory restraints. Organizations in the public sector are subject to a framework of rules, laws, and policies that can limit innovation. Adapting creative ideas or working with outside partners might be difficult in situations where there are complicated procurement, procedures, compliance standards, and regulatory restrictions. Second, resistance to external collaboration. When partnering with non-profits, private businesses, or research institutes, public sector organizations may encounter obstacles. Partnerships that could promote innovation through knowledge sharing or co-creation or access to outside expertise may be hindered by the regulatory constraints, procurement procedures, or worries about conflicts of interest. The spread of innovation in the public sector may face challenges such as resistance to change, bureaucratic barriers, or resource limitations. Public sector organizations that can actively address this following through effective communications, collaboration, and a supportive environment can foster innovation, promotes continuous improvement, and delivers better outcomes for citizens.
My name is Eliza Castillejo. Let's talk about the key differences between public sector and private sector innovation. So these two sectors may differ when it comes to purpose and goals, where public sector mainly focusing on addressing societal needs by developing solutions and initiatives that directly impact citizens and communities, while private sector primarily driven by profit generation, market competitiveness, and shareholder value maximization. So example sa public sector innovation could involve the development of an online platform for citizens para mas mapadali yung pag-access nila sa mga government services like pag-a-apply ng permits and taxes online. Sa private sector innovation naman might entail the creation of a new smartphone app para sa mga online store where they provide users with a convenient way to shop online and facilitating transactions for businesses. Public and private sectors innovation may differ in funding and resources as well. So in public sector relies on government budgets and taxes with resources subject to bureaucratic processes and government allocations. So it means yung funding sources ng public sector typically galing sa budget ng government and sa mga taxes na natatanggap nila. So example dito is yung mga projects ng public sector sa railway and initiative to improve yung mga public transportations. While sa private sector, obtains funding through investments, loans, and revenues with greater flexibility in resource allocations. So private sector entities have more flexibility in accessing capital markets and can seek funding from a variety of sources like sa mga banks and other financial institutions. Next is risk tolerance and incentives. So sa public sector, it tends to have lower risk tolerance due to accountability to taxpayers. Sa public sector, mas maingat sila sa mga potential risks and consequences na pwede nilang harapin, and the reason of this is pag nag-fail sila dito, of course, maraming mawawala yung tiwala sa ability ng government na to deliver public services. So, private sectors are more willing to take risks in pursuit of competitive advantage and financial gain. So, in private sector, sila yung mga risk takers sa pag-experiment ng mga bagong ideas and gumawa ng mga business models, knowing that they bear the risk and reward of their decisions. So, example sa public sector innovation is education, where might involve new teaching methodologies and curriculum enhancements with careful considerations of potential risks and impact on students. In contrast, a private sector innovation project in technology might involve investing in research and development for cutting-edge products or services with the potential for high returns if successful. When it comes to regulatory environment, public sector innovation must adhere to government regulations, policies, and procedures. So these regulations ensure accountability, transparency, and legality in public services delivery. Innovation initiatives in the public sector often undergo extensive scrutiny and compliance checks to ensure alignment with regulatory requirements. Then, private sector innovation must comply with industry-specific regulations, standards, and laws governing business operations. Companies operates within a regulatory framework that varies by sector, jurisdiction, and market condition. So, initiatives in the private sector must adhere to legal requirements related to product safety, data privacy, intellectual property, and consumer protection. So, examples sa private sector innovation initiative to corruption might involve implementing stricter regulations and oversight mechanism to ensure transparency in government procurement processes. In contrast, private sector innovation project in healthcare technology might involve navigating regulatory approval processes for new medical devices or products. Next, ownership and control. So in public sector, innovation often belongs to the government or the public as a whole. Public sector innovations are funded by taxpayer money and are considered public goods. As such, ownership typically resides with the government or the institution responsible for implementing the innovation. In the private sector, innovation is owned by the entity or individuals that develop it. So, private sector innovations are often protected by intellectual property rights such as patents, trademarks, and copyright. Sa private sector, usually owned by mga individual entrepreneurs, mga nag-i-startups, corporations, depending on the organizational structure and legal arrangement. So, example, sa public sector innovation is yung mga policies and regulations na ma-address yung environmental sustainability. In contrast, sa private sector naman is yung mga nag-offer ng mga environmental friendly products to meet consumer demand and corporate sustainability goals. Public sector influx, the introduction of market incentives describes a change in how governments function that incorporates incentives and principles from the market into systems and have historically been centralized. So to improve efficiency, service delivery, and responsiveness to citizen needs, public sector organizations must be outsourced, competitive, and subject to performance-based incentives. So to allocate resources or services, it frequently entails to contracting out some government duties to private enterprises, putting performance-based agreements into place, and establishing competitive function processes as market mechanisms. In order to meet public service goals and preserve accountability, this strategy seeks to maximize the advantages of market forces.
So for our next topic, I will tackle about the public sector as a generator of significant innovation. The public sector serves as a generator of significant innovation by driving research, funding projects, and implementing policies that address societal challenges and improve public services. Additionally, public sector agencies often collaborate with private entities and academia to leverage expertise and resources, leading to groundbreaking advancement in various fields. For us to understand it, think of the public sector like a hub or big ideas and solutions that benefit everyone. Government agencies, research institutions, and other public entities work together to come up with new ways to tackle problems and improve society. They invest in research, fund projects, and create policies that encourage innovation. This can lead to breakthrough in technology, healthcare, environmental protection, and more. So when we talk about the public sector as a generator of significant innovations, we're talking about how governments and related organizations drive progress and make life better for everyone.
Hello, little friends! For a car, an airplane, or a boat to work, they need some type of energy. In this case, that energy is produced from natural resources, such as oil, which after being processed allows the car, plane, or boat to move or fly. However, the use of this type of energy pollutes the environment a lot, so we must help the planet and use more and more renewable energies. Renewable energy, or green energy, is that obtained from inexhaustible natural sources, which means that they are capable of regeneration by natural means. That is, they can be used again and again and again, as they are renewed at the same speed with the ones that are consumed. In addition, they are cleaner. The good thing about this type of energy is that they do not produce greenhouse gases because they do not pollute, and neither do they waste. I will explain to you with an example. Oil and coal are natural resources. That is to say that the earth produces them. They can generate energy so that many things that we know can function. However, these resources are quickly depleted, expensive, and also generate pollutants for the planet. This is how using natural resources such as water, wind, sun, and the internal heat of the earth added with technology can generate clean energy so that things or factories continue to function without polluting so much. Although they are numerous, we are going to get to know the most used ones: solar energy, hydroelectric energy, wind energy, and geothermal energy. Solar energy is the most used in the world thanks to the fact that the sun gives us light and heat that living beings take advantage of to recharge ourselves with energy. However, humans have found another way to take advantage of the sun, and it is through special panels that capture solar radiation and produce photovoltaic energy, which is translated into electricity that makes things work. Hydroelectric energy takes advantage of the force generated by the movement of water to create electrical energy. This is how the force of water moves a generator that produces electricity for the use of all. In addition, it uses the energies generated by natural waterfalls, the current of a river, the tides, and the waves of the sea. The good thing is that in this process, the water is not depleted or contaminated. Wind energy takes advantage of the force of the wind or air currents to move a windmill or generator and thus produce electricity. Geothermal energy uses the earth where heat heats groundwater, generating very concentrated steam that can make a generator move and thus create electricity. This is a bit more complex to use because it takes a lot of time and some drilling to find those special hotspots within the earth. Interesting, right? Wow. We need more renewable energy in our lives. This type of energy is abundant. It can be used anywhere on the planet, and best of all, it does not pollute. If you like renewable energy.
So, by investing in these technologies, governments promote innovation in clean energy production, which not only helps combat climate change, but also stimulates economic growth and creates jobs in the renewable energy sector. This demonstrates how public sector initiatives can drive innovation that benefits both society and environment. Let's move on to the next topic, the public organization and innovation. A public organization refers to any entity that operates within the public sector, such as government agencies, public institution, and non-profit organization that provide services to the public. Innovation within a public organization refers to the process of introducing new ideas, methods, or technologies to improve the efficiency, effectiveness, or quality of services provided to the public. This could involve implementing new policies, adopting new technologies, or finding creative solutions to address societal challenges. Let's break it down. It means public organization is any group or entity that works for the benefit of the public. These include things like government agencies, schools, hospitals, and non-profit organizations. They provide services and make decisions that affect everyone in the community. Now, let's talk about innovation. Innovation is about coming up with the new ideas or ways of doing things. In the context of public organization, it means finding better or smarter ways to serve the public. For example, it could involve creating new programs to help people, improving how services are delivered, or using technology to make things more efficient. So when we talk about public organizations and innovation, we're discussing how these groups are always looking for new and better ways to help the community and make life easier for everyone.
E-government is all about transforming government services into digital forms. In simple terms, getting government services at your convenience from a computer or a mobile device from anywhere, using the internet. Unfortunately, many practitioners make this concept extremely difficult for the layman to understand. Therefore, e-government is still a mystery for many individuals all over the world. Let's look into several examples of e-government services. Tax declaration, maintaining electronics health records, applying for licenses are some of the main features of the e-government ecosystem. Imagine you want to get a copy of your medical records. Usually, you have to visit the hospital and formally request a printed copy of your medical history. There's a high chance that you won't even get access to such information as quickly as you expect. But with an e-government enabled society, you will be able to access such data from your home without visiting a physical location at all. Another classic example is applying for a license. You will be able to upload all the document in digital forms such as PDFs. After that, you will be able to pay the fee online using your credit card and simply get the required documents via email.
For us to understand it, public organizations and innovation is the implementation of online government services. Many governments worldwide have developed websites and mobile applications that allow citizens to access various services and information conveniently from their homes. These innovations improves accessibility, reduces wait times, and enhances overall efficiency in delivering public services, such as applying for permits, paying taxes, or accessing government documents.